Hi everyone! If you're watching this from DeviantArt, you may know me as Ask Dr. Stein, or if you're watching me just from YouTube, you'll know me as Writer. I've gotten several requests for a tutorial on various parts of my cosplay, so today I'm going to cover all of it. I'll start with the sweater and the lab coat. If you don't know how to machine or hand sew, it will make it really difficult, but you can look up tutorials on how to do it. I prefer hand sewing, honestly, because machine sewing always eats my fabric. For the shirt, I just went to a thrift store and bought two sweaters that were roughly the right color for Stein's sweater, and I cut them up and sewed them back together. The middle stripe of the sweater, though, this one here, was a little bit complicated. I cut the shape into the lighter sweater, and then, without cutting up the darker sweater, I fitted it over the darker sweater and sewed it on from there. So that was a lot easier than cutting up the dark sweater in the same shape as the lighter sweater. For the giant stitches, I just took an old black shirt that I wasn't using anymore and I cut the right shape out of it. Then I sewed the pieces of that onto the sweater. It's still a work in progress, but you can see it there. So again, if you don't know how to hand sew, that will make it really difficult. For the lab coat, I used a giant sewing needle. It's called a tapestry needle, and I got it at a craft store. It's about this long. And I got some black yarn. I actually got a real doctor's coat. Usually yarn has 4 strands, so for the black yarn that I got, I split it into 2 strands, and that made it a lot easier to thread through the needle. So basically I just marked where I wanted the stitches to go with some chalk, and I just sewed them on. So next I'm going to show you how to do the makeup. I have a set of Borghese makeup brushes. They are honestly the most valuable things I own when it comes to cosplay and general makeup use. If you don't have a set of makeup brushes, you could use makeup sponges, or you could use your fingers, but I really don't recommend it. But if you really have to, just be really gentle, because your skin is very fragile. I start with a foundation. Because Stein is so pale, I would use one that's 1 or 2 shades lighter than your own skin tone. Today I'm using American Beauty Ultimate Diamond Luminous Mineral Makeup. It's SPF 15, which always makes it a lot nicer, especially when you're going to a convention and there's a lot of sunlight. So I just dab it on to the foundation brush, which is this one here. I'm going to use a lot so that it looks like a matte finish. So you can see that I've got, you need to make sure and get under here so that you don't have a makeup line, but you can see that now I look a little bit paler. I don't know if you can actually tell because I'm already pale to begin with, but since I have freckles, I put a lot across my nose, so if you have freckles, then, you know, just make sure and cover it really evenly. Next, I'm going to put on some concealer, but I'm going to avoid putting it under my eyes so that I look like I haven't slept in 3 days. Again, because Stein is so pale, I put concealer on my lips too so that I look paler. I'm using another American Beauty product. It's called Perfecting Concealer, and it is 03 Light Medium. So now you can see that I look a lot paler. It's really the lips that make you look so pale. Then I'll get out my eyeliner brush for the scar. This is seriously my favorite brush in the entire set. It's really thin and it's shaped like this. Basically, it can make any of your favorite eyeshadows into an eyeliner. All you have to do is wet it a little bit and just dip it into your favorite eyeliner, your favorite eyeshadow color, and it works really well. You get a really nice line with it. The eyeshadow set that I'm using I got from Kohl's. It is a limited edition eyeshadow set by Flirt. They make really good makeup. So you can get any kind of black or dark maroon eyeliner, like an eyeliner pencil if you want to, but like I said, I really like this brush. So I'm just gonna put on a line and then do the little stitches. Sorry about the crappy consistency of the line. This is really just a quick tutorial. But yeah, basically I used a matte black eyeshadow to make it look more like I don't even know what a bed is. What are pillows for anyway? I'll use my eyeshadow brush to put some purple eyeshadow on, but really lightly. I like to use this brush because you get a lighter coating, or you can use this brush. It coats it on a little bit thicker. I use this one for when I'm putting on black when I do my Undertaker cosplay. I'll post a link to one of the pictures in the comments. Basically, I'm taking sort of a purple color, this one here, and I'm going to dab it onto around my whole eye. And there you go. I look like I just got out of a zombie movie. Moving on to the wig and screw, I bought my wig from Amazon.com. If you buy it right after a convention or right after Halloween, you can get a better deal on it because people have already bought their wigs, so now some of them are trying to sell their wigs, so they want to, you know, get it off their hands. Mine's kind of a short wig. Basically what I do when I put it on is, obviously I put on my wig cap. You start from front to back and then you push all of your little hairs back into it. I flip it inside out, and then the top is here, so I just put that on the top of my head and flip it back over, and then adjust it so that it doesn't look like I'm yeah, Cousin It. Put it on sideways. Yeah, putting it on sideways is not what you're supposed to do. Okay, so now that I've got it adjusted, the thing that I love about having this short gray wig is that you can use it for a lot of other cosplays. I also cosplay Ginkgo from Mushishi. There I have adjusted my wig. Now, the screw was a little bit more complicated. As you can see, it makes noise. So I am going to post a different tutorial for that. But basically, once you have all that in place, you are ready to do your cosplay. I like to put a little bit of the wig hair over the headbands so that it looks a little bit more like I don't have a headband on. I hope you learned a lot from this tutorial, and thank you for watching. There was one thing more that I wanted to show you, for you in particular. You know who I'm talking to. For my younger viewers, you are not allowed to do this because it is illegal unless you're 18 or over. This is what I use for my Dr. Stein cosplay to make it look more convincing. This is an electronic cigarette. Basically, it's water vapor and nicotine and some flavoring. It comes without nicotine if you are a little bit wary of getting addicted to it, but basically you just put it up to your mouth and you suck, but seriously, don't suck it into your lungs or anything because that makes you really sick. You suck on it like you're kissing, kind of, so that you don't get it into your lungs. Just don't breathe in like this, because that will destroy you. So, I thought you might enjoy this. This one's chocolate flavored. I have one that's tobacco flavored, but it's blue. So I don't use that one for my cosplay. So anyway, I hope you liked my tutorial. Yeah, have a good day.